The Dark Knight Rises, the new Batman movie, as is out, or it's coming out this week. And first of all, it has engendered a lot of vitriol and venom online because some reviewers, including some on this network, gave it a not so good review and then received death threats or threats of physical harm. And it's been, that alone has been disturbing. But what is interesting and what has disturbed our friend Rush Limbaugh about this is not that venom at all, but the venom that he spews over the fact that the new Batman villain has the name Bane, B-A-N-E. Of course, when they started making this movie, which was probably 3 years ago, they knew about Bain Capital, and that's all they were thinking about. Mitt Romney's going to be the nominee. Let's name him Bane. It'll be great. And they were going to name him Callista, but they thought Newt wouldn't win. So here's Rush Limbaugh talking about the coordinated Obama campaign with the Batman people.
Have you heard this new movie, the Batman movie? What is The Dark Knight Lights Up or something, whatever the name of it is? Do you know the name of the villain in this movie? Bane. The villain in The Dark Knight Rises is named Bane. B-A-N-E. What is the name of the venture capital firm that Romney ran and around which there's now this make-believe controversy? Bane. The movie has been in the works for a long time. The release date's been known, summer 2012, for a long time. Do you think that it is accidental that the name of the really vicious, fire-breathing, four-eyed, whatever it is, villain in this movie is named Bane?
Yes, I do think it is a coincidence. Now, I can prove it. First of all, do you know when they came up with the character Bane? In 1993. Okay, man, they're really planning ahead. These must be the same guys that planted that newspaper article in Hawaii about how this kid, Barack Hussein Obama, was born that day.
Great point.
They're like, wait, I got it. After we plant the article in the 1960s in Hawaii.
Let's wait 30 years.
Okay, then we'll come up with an evil character who will be from a company that Mitt Romney will later work for.
Right,
Okay.
that he will form, he will first form it and name it Bane, but let's not spell it the same to make it look like that, because I'm sure he's going to name it B-A-I-N.
Right. By the way, you can say, okay, but it's in the movie now, and a coincidence that they happen to put it in a Batman movie for the first time as the selection's coming up, except it's not the first time. They already had the character Bane in Batman and Robin, another movie from the, roughly the same series.
Right.
Okay, then you say, well, okay, but in this movie, come on.
Limbaugh missed school today. They taught irony. This is ironic. This is not coordinated. It's ridiculous. Like Cenk just said, it was in there way before. Now he's a more prominent character, and that has nothing at all to do with it.
By the way, movie plans were announced in early 2011 when the primaries were just getting started. It was entirely unclear who might win, let alone which companies those candidates worked for. Right. They were like, well, as you were saying, they thought maybe Bachman worked for the IRS at one point. We named the character IRS or IRS.
Yeah, it would be IRS.
Okay, like, come on, it's insanity. Rick Perry's from Texas. They were thinking of calling him Texas. There's no plot with the Obama came in and the people. You know what the plot that the Batman creators have come up with? It's a plot to make a lot of money. Okay, that's the conspiracy that they have hatched, and it appears that conspiracy is going to work.
So now the Koch brothers will fund a movie where the bad guy is a community organizer.
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of which, Batman has received criticism in the past for being too conservative. In one of the movies, Batman does warrantless wiretapping. Yeah. He's a little torn up about it, but nonetheless, he does it, right? So at that time, I guess the creators of Batman were incredibly conservative. But now they are part of look, this is what Richard Posner is talking about. Richard Posner used to be considered the most conservative, not necessarily the most conservative judge in the country, but the smartest conservative judge in the country, right? He's saying, look, I'm reconsidering whether I should be a Republican because these guys are goofy. I mean, these people are the same people who believe in moon landings. Arpaio, Sheriff Joe, came out and said, no, I'm positive that Obama's birth certificate is a forgery. Okay, I mean, look, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.